Welcome to Where I Long to Be, a magical trip report podcast. My name is Virginia, and I am your host. I am back after a week's break that I took for my own magical mother-son adventure. I cannot wait to share all those details with you when Alex and my episodes come out, which I think should be October 6th if everything stays on schedule. If you have a magical trip coming up, or if you know someone who has a trip on the books, please consider submitting to be a trip report guest. I am currently looking for guests traveling in December and beyond to any Disney or Universal destination worldwide. You can find the Be Our Guest button on the podcast website, which is wherealongtobepodcast.com. On today's episode, I am pleased to welcome back Amy Belfi to the show. Amy has been on the podcast before and has sent other much beloved guests my way, including Alex D., who is a recent guest, and also Elizabeth, who's been on the show a couple of times. Both of them are tagged in the show notes, so you can go back and listen to their previous appearances if you would like. Amy's travel agent information is also in the show notes, so definitely reach out if you want help planning your own magical adventure. She is the best, as both Alex and Elizabeth will tell you. And with that, please welcome Amy back to the show. Welcome back to Amy Belfi.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be back.
Listeners, you will have heard Amy's name recently because you will have recently heard episodes from Alex, who is one of her friends and travel clients.
Yep. I can't wait to listen to her episodes.
Thank you so much for sending her my way. It was so much fun to talk to her.
They had an awesome trip. They had so much going on in that trip.
Yeah, they did. And so if you have anybody else, send them my way.
I definitely will.
This is to talk about your trip, though.
Yep.
So before we get into the details, let's hear a little bit of your background for people who have not heard you on the show before.
Yeah, sure. So I am a travel agent. I've been doing it since, I guess, April 2023, so a little over 2 years now. I love it. It's my passion project. I'm also a professor, a neuroscience professor for my full-time job. I started doing this when I got tenure and I wanted a hobby, and then it quickly just blossomed from hobby to real, business. So
Hmm.
yeah, I absolutely love helping people plan Disney trips.
And how did you get into Disney?
I always went to Walt Disney World as a kid growing up. We would go there with my parents, my grandparents. We would often drive down there from St. Louis. And I just really liked it as a kid. And then when I first went with my older daughter, when I took her for the first time as a parent, it
Hmm.
was just so amazing to see like how much she loved it. And I,
Hmm.
really got in that trip to the whole like planning aspect of it. I've always liked planning trips. I've liked planning my own vacations, but that trip I really enjoyed planning the Disney part of it. And then I started giving advice to friends and family and stuff, and I was
Hmm.
like, "You know what? I'm just going to actually do this for real and become a travel agent." And it just took off.
Mm. Yeah. I think that happens to a lot of us who get into this where you become the default person that all of your friends turn to for advice when
Yes.
they're planning a Disney trip. And then I hear so many times that people are like, "Oh, I'm just going to go ahead and do it officially because that's what I'm
Yep.
doing anyway." And I would say if I were not doing this podcast, I might be tempted as well, but I just don't have time to do both.
Yeah, it does. It does take a lot of time and effort.
Hmm.
It's not just like some easy little thing where you can make a ton of money easily, but like, I mean, anybody who does it knows it's a lot of work, but we love it. It's
Yeah.
so fun. We can't go to Disney every day, but we can talk to other people about their Disney trips every day. So,
Right. Exactly. Exactly. All right. So, who is going to be going on this trip with you?
yes, it's going to be a really fun trip. So, it's me, my husband, our two daughters who are 6 and 3, and then my parents are coming too.
Okay. Remind me of the whole family's names and
Ye-
ages.
yes. So,
Oh,
we
wait,
got
you just said the ages, but okay.
my
Husband
husband is
is
Dan.
Dan.
My
Okay.
daughters are Evelyn, who's 6, and Maggie is 3.
Okay.
And then we got my parents are John and Sandy.
Okay. The last time we spoke, Evelyn must have been 4 or 5.
It was for
Was
her
she
5th
was she a
birthday
new
trip, I
5?
think.
She was a
Yeah,
new
I
5.
think I
Okay.
think she had just turned 5 that last trip that I talked to you about.
Okay. They grow up so fast.
Oh, so fast.
How was kindergarten for her?
Amazing, she loved it, she loved her teacher, she's sad to have a different teacher for
Hmm.
1st grade, but yeah, kindergarten was really great. She loved
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah. All right. Well, where are you headed this trip? Because you usually are a Disney World girl,
Yes,
but
this
not
is
this time.
different. We are going to Disneyland, and I have you know, I'm in the Midwest. I'm closer to Florida. It's like a 2.5-hour flight to Orlando. We're not taking a direct flight, but it would be about 4-ish hours if we did take a direct flight. But I have a lot of clients who are kind of West Coast. I plan a lot of Disneyland trips,
Mm-hmm.
and I have not been myself since I'm pretty sure when I talked about it with my mom, I think we figured out it was 1995, so 30 years ago was the last time I went.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I just need to get there so I can have firsthand experience to advise people on their
Mm-hmm.
Disneyland trips. So that was kind of the motivation behind going to Disneyland. Plus, it'll be fun to see something different.
So if you went 30 years ago, is that the only time you've been, or have you been multiple times as a kid?
That is the only time I have
Okay.
been to Disneyland was that one time we went with my parents when I was a kid.
Okay. When you went for that trip, where did you stay?
I have no idea. I don't know. I mean,
Probably a good neighbor hotel or
I was,
something.
like, 8 years old,
Uh-huh.
so I'm pretty sure it was definitely not a Disney property
Uh-huh.
because it was part of, like, a bigger trip to Los Angeles. I remember the hotel we stayed at was awesome. They had, like, popcorn in the lobby, they had, like, games you could rent, Game Boys. They had Game Boys they rented out to us, I think.
Oh,
I don't
that was a
remember.
big deal back in the
Um
day.
Something like that, like, I just remember that hotel was great, but it was not a Disney because we did
Yeah.
other stuff in Los
Right.
Angeles too. It was like a bigger vacation. We spent, I think,
Right.
maybe, like, 2 days. I mean, California Adventure didn't exist. It
Mhm.
was just Disneyland Park. I think we did 2 days there and then
Okay.
other stuff in
Okay.
LA.
All right. And for the younger listeners, a Game Boy is a personal gaming device. And it was before we had cell phones,
Yeah.
really, when the general public had cell phones. So we didn't have any games to play on our phones.
Yes, that was the '90s.
Yeah. Yeah. We found other ways to have fun
Yeah.
and probably a lot of other ways to get into trouble. All right. So this trip, heading back to Disneyland, and you are staying at the Disneyland Hotel.
Yes.
Really exciting.
Mhm.
Okay. Are you all going to be staying in the same space? Because I know they do have villas within the Disneyland Hotel.
Yes, so we are. I really kind of I don't even know. I feel like I booked this trip so long ago. I am constantly checking travel agent rates on
Mhm.
various things, and I just saw a 3-bedroom. It's not a villa, it's the Disneyland Hotel. They do some of these connecting suites where it's like
Mhm.
rooms that are connected. So this is a 3-bedroom connecting suite in the Disneyland Hotel.
Mhm.
And I saw that 3-bedroom available. It was a good rate. It was like a time of year we could go, and it's also over my birthday. So I was like, "We're doing this." I just booked
Mhm.
it and now it's here.
Okay. Does this suite have a full kitchen?
No. So
Okay. So that's what makes it different from
it's not
DVC.
like the
Okay.
villas, it doesn't have a full kitchen. It's essentially like 3 standard rooms connected with, like, a living room area that has a little kitchenette, I think, and the
Mhm.
configurations are all different in terms of the number of beds, so I don't
Mhm.
know exactly what we're gonna get.
Okay.
Um But it's gonna be that. It's like some combination of 3 rooms with a
Mhm.
living room area, and we'll see what types of I mean, there could be, like, 1 king, 2 queens in each bedroom. I don't
Okay.
really know, but it's enough to fit all
Plenty
my
of
kids will
space
have a
for all of
room,
you. Mhm.
my parents will have a room, my husband and I will have a room, and then we'll have a nice common
Okay.
space.
Do you know which of the buildings it will be in? Which
No.
tower?
So
Okay.
I debated a long time what I wanted to request,
Mhm.
which tower, and I requested Adventure Tower. They said there are some of these in Adventure Tower because I wanted to be closest to, like, the monorail in downtown Disney.
Mhm.
Frontier Tower, I had read, is the only tower that has balconies, which I thought about requesting that, but I don't know. I'm sure I'll be happy
Mhm.
wherever we end up. There's pros and cons to all 3 of the towers, so
Mhm. Yeah, and
it'll
it's
be good
it's not
wherever.
super huge in terms of the footprint of the resort, so, I mean, close to the monorail and downtown
Yeah,
Disney is relative. It's all right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So what kind of tickets did you get for this trip?
We have 3-day park hopper tickets.
Okay, that should be plenty. Did you go ahead and opt for the multi-pass add-on?
So I didn't because one of the days we're doing a VIP tour, so we're not gonna need it for
Oh,
that
yes.
day. So I figured I'm just gonna buy it the day of.
Uh-huh.
And also it's gonna too depend I mean, I buy it all I've never gone without some kind of, like,
Mhm.
Genie Plus, Lightning Lane, so I'm sure I'll buy it for other 2 days, but we're doing the VIP the first day,
Mhm.
so I'll see kinda what we get done and then decide what ride
Yeah.
do I wanna book that morning or whatever
Sure.
for
Yeah,
other
and
2
you
days.
you don't get to book the rides in advance like you do Disney World, so
No, it's
it's
just a
not
day
as
of.
critical. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, what are the dates of your trip?
So we arrive August 4th, and then
Mhm.
we are there for the 5th, 6th, 7th, and then we come home on the 8th.
Okay. So what time are you gonna arrive on the 4th?
We get in around, like, 1:00 PM, I think, 2:00 PM, something like that.
Mhm. What airport did you opt? Because you have a couple options.
Yes, we're flying into SNA.
Oh, good.
I think
Okay.
that's John Wayne.
Mhm. Yeah, it's the
I
closer of the 2. It's just
Yeah,
smaller.
we coulda gotten a direct flight to LAX from St. Louis,
Mhm.
which has its pros of a direct flight, but the times were terrible. Like, there was, like,
Okay.
1 a day, very, very early or very, very late coming back or something like that, and I didn't wanna deal with that plus the traffic. I
Mhm.
thought, "Fine, let's just do a connecting flight." My kids have never had a connecting flight before. We'll see how it goes, but I feel like that would be better than dealing with the LAX thing,
Mhm.
so
Where do you connect?
on the way there, we're gonna connect through Las Vegas, and on the way back, it's through Phoenix.
All right. Well, those I don't know how that connection will be, but at least they're nice bigger airports to connect
Yeah,
in.
there's a new Capital One lounge in Las Vegas, so I'm hoping we can take advantage of that because I am a Capital One card holder, so we'll
Mhm.
see.
How long will you have on that leg of it?
It's not a terribly long layer. It's like 2 hours, which,
Okay.
it gives you enough wiggle room if something's delayed,
Right,
but
right.
it's not, like, crazy long.
Right, but it's enough time to head to a lounge, grab
Yeah,
some food,
yeah.
that sort of thing. Okay. All right. Any plans for this first evening?
Yeah, so all I have is I booked at 4 PM dinner
Mhm.
because we're coming from the Midwest. It's gonna be 6. That's late dinner for us. We eat at like
Mhm.
5. We're gonna do the Storytellers, the Donald's, it's called like Donald's Adventure Buffet, I think, at Storytellers. So we're gonna walk over to the Grand Californian
Mhm.
from our hotel to do that the first night.
Okay, that'll be fun. Are
Yes, I'm
you big
excited.
character dining people?
I am obsessed with character meals. We do character meals every day when we go to Walt Disney World. Like we if we go to a meal and there's no characters, my daughter is like, "Where's the characters? Why are we at this restaurant?" Like
What is this?
she does not want to eat at a restaurant without characters when we're at Disney. And honestly, I love the character meals too. So
Mhm. What's your
we're
favorite
doing
character meal in Orlando?
it's a really, really hard choice. I love, storybook dining at Artist Point with Snow White, and
Mhm.
I also personally love Chef Mickey's, which I know some people don't like, but I love it. It's
I
for
mean,
breakfast.
it's very popular, so a lot of people
Yeah.
like it. So
I love it. I love the, like, waving the napkins, getting so
Uh-huh.
like, the song, I don't know, I love it, but those are 2 I don't know, I like them all really,
Mhm.
but those are my probably top
Also,
2.
if you grew up going to Disney, you probably have a lot of
Yeah,
nostalgia attached to that place.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So, very early dinner. Are you gonna go and explore downtown Disney at all after dinner?
That's kinda what I figured. We'll probably just, like, check out Downtown Disney, do the dinner. My kids are gonna be so tired. They're probably gonna
Hmm.
go to bed. I mean, I actually remember from when I was a kid going to that Disneyland trip in the
Hmm.
'90s, like, I just remember one night being at dinner and being, like, wanting to put my head down on the table because it was, like,
Hmm.
only 7 o'clock in California, it was 9 o'clock in Missouri, and I was so tired. So I think that first night we'll probably just go to bed. The kids are gonna be
Hmm.
in bed, like,
Yeah. I
right
mean,
after dinner.
downtown Disney is so small compared to Disney
Yeah,
Springs, and you have
right.
to walk back through it anyway to
Yes.
get to your hotel.
Yeah.
So maybe you'll see something you want to stop at, maybe
Yeah.
you won't. I think that for for me and probably for a lot of people, the World of Disney store is really where it's
Yeah.
at.
My kids always wanna buy a souvenir, like, the second we get to Disney, so I'm sure
Mhm.
we will be having some stuffies or something purchased that first afternoon.
Mhm. Alright, so Tuesday, August the 5th, is this the day of your VIP tours?
Yes, that is.
Okay. Have you ever done a VIP tour
I have not. This is
ever?
gonna be our
Okay.
first one. This is all thanks to my mom. I posted a story on Instagram or something, or a reel on Instagram that was like, "Should I book a VIP tour for my Disneyland trip?" And my mom saw it. She's like, "Yeah, let's do it." And I was like, "Are you serious?" So my mom is graciously splurging on this VIP tour. My mom and dad. I mean,
Uh-huh.
they're both paying for that. So we are all super super excited for this.
Did they know the cost of it when they said, "Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it"?
My mom did. I don't know that my dad did, but my mom did, and she's
Does your
like, "You
dad
know
know
what?
the
Let's
cost
just."
now?
Yes, yes.
Has he been
She's
looped
like, "I'll
in?
talk to him." I don't know, but she had heard, like, she knew people who have done them and was like, "Oh, I've
Uh-huh.
heard that these are amazing." I'm like, "Yeah, I've heard they're amazing too," but
Mhm.
and it's kind of like because at Disneyland, Disney World, well, she's like, "At Disney World, you're always running us around from ride to ride." I'm like, "Yeah," because 'cause I'm like, I don't know, I feel like I know how to optimize, like, Lightning Lane Multipass and Genie Plus at the time
Mhm.
and stuff, but at Disneyland, I'm like, I'm naive, I'm a novice, let's,
Mhm.
like, use this. I feel like the VIP will be nice to get the lay of the land and get a lot of stuff done, and then we can not feel so
Mhm.
much pressure to do
Right.
everything.
So there are some decisions you have to make when you book one of these tours, like what time do you want it to start
Mhm.
and what are your priorities so that because I believe you
Yes.
can go into either park or hop
Yeah.
back and forth or however
Yeah.
you want to use your time. So what have you told them that you'd like to do?
Yeah, so really the only reason I even bought park hopper tickets was because of this VIP tour. Otherwise, I was just gonna do standard tickets and do 2 days at Disneyland and 1 day at California Adventure. But because
Mhm.
the VIP tour, you have to also have tickets and you want to have a park hopper so you could do both parks. So I told them I wanted to start as early as possible. We're gonna start at
Mhm.
8 a.m.
Mhm.
I even actually asked them, like, could we do early entry before the VIP and then just meet you? And they were like, well, you're just not gonna get that much done. Cause I'm like, my kids are gonna be awake at 5 a.m. in
Right.
California that first day.
Mhm.
So we'll probably get some breakfast at the hotel, and then we're meeting them at 8 a.m. and we're gonna start at California Adventure because we want to end. We're doing another 4 p.m. dinner at Blue
Mhm.
Bayou in Disneyland Park. So we're gonna
Okay.
start at California Adventure, and I kind of sent them like a list of priorities. It's a little hard because my two girls are different heights, so like
Mhm.
my 3-year-old is not tall enough to do a lot of the things, and I don't want the VIP tour to just be dominated by, like, all of these big rides she can't go on.
Right.
Um, they also told me that they can kinda, like, do both, like, a few of us can go on Radiator Springs Racers, and then they can take her and somebody else over to a smaller ride. So,
Mhm.
I would definitely, like, priorities for California Adventure gonna be Radiator Springs, Guardians. I'm
Mhm.
dying to do that, I can't wait to do that. I love Tower of Terror, it's my favorite ride at
Mhm.
Disney World. So and then, the Web Slingers, my kids are really excited about that. So those are, like, our top 3s for California Adventure.
Okay. Are they really into Marvel?
They love Spidey, like, the little Spidey show, Disney Junior Spidey and His Amazing Friends or
Oh, I forgot
whatever.
about that. Okay.
They love that. That's been one of their favorites for a while. I mean, Evelyn has liked that since she was, like, 4 and yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. And are they big Cars movie fans?
Oh my gosh, Evelyn had, like, a strong actually, for that 5th birthday trip when I
Mhm.
talked to you,
Oh,
she got a whole
she did the
makeover.
bound. Oh my
Yes, the
god, that
Lightning
bound was
McQueen.
amazing.
Yes. So,
Okay.
she she's a little bit out of that phase now, she was hot on it for a long time, but I think when she gets there and sees
Uh-huh.
it, she's gonna be, like, very stoked. Like,
Okay.
she was very into Lightning McQueen for, like, a solid year.
Okay. Listeners, there will be links in the show notes, and you have to make sure to go over and see her Disney bound as Lightning McQueen because it was amazing. It
It
was
was
so
awesome.
good.
I was kinda thinking, like, "Ooh, should I pull that dress back out and see if it still fits her to wear when we go on the VIP tour and go to
Mhm.
Cars Land? Because like, people will
That would
love
be
it.
so cute. Yeah. Okay, so starting at 8 a.m., how long does the tour last?
So, we booked the tour for 7 hours, and we can add on time if you want, so it would go from 8 to 3.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then I'm like, "Well, let's just see if we wanna do 1 more hour because our dinner's at 4. I'm like,
Mhm.
maybe I'll add on another hour just so we have that hour before the dinner. I don't know. But we definitely we
Mhm.
have at least 7 hours.
Okay.
You have to do 7 hours to do a VIP. You can't do it
Yes.
shorter than that. So,
Okay.
we're definitely doing that. We might do 8, and then we're gonna definitely be done by 4 o'clock and do our dinner.
Okay. What are your priorities in Disneyland Park for your VIP time?
So this might sound silly, but we're doing it because again, my 3-year-old is dying to go on some of these Fantasyland rides that they do not have at Disney World. So we have been
Mhm.
watching, especially Maggie, the little one. My older one is like, I don't want to watch because I don't want it to be spoiled. I don't
Uh-huh.
want to see what the rides are like. But Maggie's like, can't get enough of the ride videos. So we've been watching all of these, POV ride videos of
Uh-huh.
Disneyland. And she loves Alice in Wonderland. She
Uh-huh.
loves Snow White, Pinocchio. Like I told the VIP person, I was like, I know that maybe this isn't like what most people do, but I want to just hit all of those Fantasyland rides because also they
Mhm.
don't have lightning lanes, they only have standby lines. So I'm like, I just want to do those on the VIP because those are like number one
Mhm.
priority for this 3-year-old who is so excited to ride the Alice ride.
Mhm. Even without lightning lanes, do they skip you to the front of the standby line?
That's what they told
Okay.
it me. Yeah,
Okay.
because I know it like Disney World, they just take you to the lightning lane for the lightning
Right.
lane rides, but they told me that that you cut the standby line in the rides
Mhm.
without a lightning lane.
Right. Yeah, and those are all very quick rides and all kind
Yeah.
of close together, so that's not
Yes.
gonna take up a ton of your time.
I know. I'm just like, we gotta do that on the first day. We're not gonna go into Disneyland and not do those because like those have been we've been hyping those up so much. Like,
Yeah.
and then I was talking to her the other day and she's like, don't forget Peter Pan and Mr. Toads. I'm like, yep, okay. Well, I'm like, well, there is Peter Pan. Peter Pan is at Walt Disney World, but Mr. Toads, that was like a favorite of mine and my brother's when we were kids at from Disney World.
Mhm.
So Fantasyland ride's definitely a priority. We'll probably wanna do Mickey and Minnie's. That's,
Mhm.
like, one of our favorite rides.
Oh, yeah, and
Um
and explore Toontown back there. I mean, you
Yes,
could do that on your non-VIP
we're gonna
tour
do that
day,
on the
but
VIP. But yeah, it's gonna be I don't Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is Evelyn's favorite ride, so, like, we'll probably wanna do that on the VIP. She's dying to do that.
Mhm.
It's gonna be hard. We're just gonna have to feel it out because we also really wanna do Space Mountain,
Mhm.
because I've heard just, like, that's so much better at Disneyland, and, like, we
It
wanna do
is.
Haunted Mansion. My mom loves Haunted Mansion. It's a
Mhm.
Small World is my kid's, like, favorite, and I wanna hear the new verse, and I gotta see the
Mhm.
Disneyland version of It's a Small World, so those are kinda like the top priorities. So we'll
Okay.
see, we'll
I
see,
mean,
but
I think you're gonna get a ton done on this VIP tour.
I think so too. I feel like we will get a lot done, and then we can fill in whatever we didn't get done the next day
Right.
with lightning lanes and stuff.
Okay. After your dinner at Blue Bayou, are you going to go crash, or do you have big plans for after dinner?
So this is the debate. They give us reserved seating for the paint the night
Mhm.
and the fireworks at Disneyland Park, and
Mhm.
they're like, well, and then we can also give you reserved seating for Fantasmic, which is at like 11 o'clock or something.
Uh-huh.
And paint the night's at 8:50, I think. I am like 99.9% sure my kids are gonna have to go to bed because they don't even stay up for fireworks in Eastern time zone, which is an hour earlier than us, let alone 2 hours later. There's that doesn't start until 11 o'clock Central Time.
Mhm.
They're not gonna hang. They're not gonna do that. So
Okay.
I think some adults might come back and go to
Mhm.
paint. I really wanna see Paint the Night. My mom
Yeah.
probably wants to see it. My husband probably does not care. So
Mhm.
my dad similarly probably does not care. So maybe my
Mhm.
mom and I will come back and watch Paint the Night. I feel like with the reserve seating, I don't wanna, like, lose that opportunity. I might as well
Right.
take advantage of that. So the kids will probably be very solidly asleep by 9 p.m.
Mhm.
Pacific. Um, and so I might come back and watch that. I don't know that I will stay until the Fantasmic,
Right.
because I'm gonna be tired too, but I think we wanna take advantage of the getting the VIP seating for the at least the parade.
Sure. Okay. All right. So your two non-VIP tour days. I know you're gonna just try to do the things that you haven't
Mhm.
gotten done, but, maybe you have some dining reservations or some other priorities you wanna talk about. So let's talk
Yes.
about Wednesday, August the 6th.
So that day so at Disneyland, they alternate days of which park has early entry.
Mhm,
So that day is gonna be California Adventure has
mhm,
early entry, so we're gonna go back to California Adventure and do whatever we didn't get done. And then this was also my mom's idea. We're like going big on this trip. She was like, "Well, why don't we do a cabana at the pool for the afternoon?" I was like, "Okay." She was almost like, "Let's do it the whole day." I was like, "No, I'm not going and not doing a park. Like I'm doing a park that day." So
mhm,
we did an afternoon cabana at Disneyland Hotel pool.
mhm,
So we always, even when we go to Walt Disney World, we always take a break in the afternoon. Like we just this VIP day is gonna be a lot for us doing all the way straight 7, 8 hours.
mhm,
So we're gonna go back, do the cabana thing, do the pool, hang out. My kids love a pool.
mhm.
And then I have 2 reservations, and I need to decide what I wanna keep at Goofy's Kitchen. I have a lunch and a dinner there. I just don't know if we'll do, like, food by the pool for lunch or food by the pool for dinner or what. I
Mhm.
don't know. I'm gonna decide when it gets closer, but we're doing Goofy's Kitchen that day. My older daughter loves Goofy. And then, like, maybe we'll go back to the park later that afternoon or evening. I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm gonna kinda play it by ear, see how the day goes.
Okay. Alright, Thursday, August the 7th is your birthday,
Yes.
a very special day. So what are you doing on your big day?
Yeah, so, yeah, you only turn 38 once. I'm just enjoying this big my, big birthday. Yeah, so we're gonna go to Disneyland Park because that's the early entry day that day, and again, it's funny, it's just like I was talking to my husband the other night, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like, I should be studying the maps. I should be looking at the wait times. I was just at Walt Disney World for my travel agency conference. I got back on the 23rd of July a
Mhm,
week ago, and so I haven't this trip snuck up on me. So I'm kinda just like and without having to plan, like, lightning lanes in
mhm.
advance, it's just so much more spontaneous, and I'm kinda
Yeah.
waiting on this VIP and seeing what we get done.
Mhm,
So we'll go back to Disneyland, and then I will probably formulate some kind of strategy, like, the night before to
mhm,
what we're gonna book for lightning lanes, um, and then we'll do what we didn't get done. So we'll probably spend most of the day at Disneyland Park. We have a late breakfast reservation for the plaza with Minnie. Like I said, we're doing a character meal every day. Um, so we have a plaza reservation for like a 10 o'clock breakfast, I think. And then I did make a dinner reservation at Carnation Cafe. You know, Disneyland does not have as many table service restaurants as Walt Disney World.
Right.
And I'm a big table service person. I need my food. I need to sit down. I need a meal. I'm not like a snack on the go person, and so is my dad. He's like me. He likes to eat a meal. So I made a Carnation Cafe for dinner. We'll see if we keep it.
Mhm,
And then the other thing I did, I don't know if I will keep this, is I wanted to go to Trader Sam's,
mhm,
and those went quick, man. Those went quick. I got a 9 o'clock Trader Sam's that I thought my husband and I, just for 2 people, will go maybe after the kids are in bed,
mhm,
have a drink to celebrate my birthday late at night. I'm a tired person. I go to bed early, so I'm like already like, I don't know if I'm gonna keep that, but I kinda wanna go, so we might do that.
mhm.
It's the last night, so yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can just decide how you're feeling.
Yeah.
Have you been to the Trader Sam's in Orlando?
I actually have never been there,
Okay.
so
I
I
haven't
don't
either.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never wanted to wait as long as you have
I
to
know.
wait, and
I
I
don't
feel
wanna do it.
like when I do that, it will most likely be the next time I stay at the Polynesian
Yeah.
on, like, a rest day or something.
Yeah. So I don't know what I'm missing, but
Yeah.
maybe now's my chance at Disneyland.
Mhm. Yep. Alright, so that brings us to Friday, August the 8th. What time is your departure?
It's really early. It's like 8:30 or something in the morning. It's super early, but, it takes a while to get back, so I'll just
Yeah.
get out of there.
Mhm, and then that will give you the weekend to recover before you
Yeah.
presumably have to go back to work on Monday.
Yes, so I don't have too much that's, like, the last week before everything starts, so my kids don't have school that week, and then
Mhm.
I start teaching like, anyway, that last week of August 11th or whatever,
Mhm.
I don't quite I mean, I gotta get my syllabus finalized and all that stuff,
Mhm.
but, the real back is the following week, so this
Okay.
gives me at least a week before I'm, like, new semester starting.
Yep. To live by the academic calendar. That's
Yes.
the life of those of us who work in
That's
education.
yeah.
All right. Well, this sounds like an amazing trip and you're going to have so much fun. I cannot wait to hear all about it, particularly because I just got back from a Disneyland trip myself.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yes. So
Yes.
I did an episode, I did a pre-trip and a post-trip episode, and those are up. It was a work trip, so I was there for a conference. So I was not
Mhm.
there for a full day for any day. It was mostly like afternoon to evening or just evening. But because I was there as long as I went in 4 different times. So
Oh, awesome.
I had a solid trip. I felt like I had been, even though it
Yeah.
was for reasons for work. But it was a lot of fun because I had not been back since, I think I had decided it was either spring 2018 or spring no, it was spring 2019, I think, maybe. It was pre-pandemic.
Pre-COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it had been a while, and it was nice because, I hadn't seen Avengers Campus, and it's really cool, and there's a lot of new things to get excited about, but then there's also a lot of nostalgic things
Mhm.
to be excited to see again. And there's some stuff that's frankly the same as in Orlando, so you're not gonna feel like you need to spend
Yeah.
a lot of like, Galaxy's Edge, the time that I spent in Galaxy's Edge was really primarily because my colleagues had never seen it before.
Yeah.
If they had not been with me, I probably would not have gone, maybe not even
I
gone in.
I kinda feel the same way, honestly, like, Evelyn really likes Star Wars,
Mhm.
but I'm kinda like, "We can do that more easily." I don't know, I feel a little pressure because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, this is such a big trip, it's so far, when are we gonna go back?" Although I do already have plans to go back because I'm really dying to go to the Olympics in 2028, so I'm like,
Oh.
"Well, we're gonna go back to LA in a couple of years anyway," but I still feel pressure of, like, we gotta do the new unique things, the Disneyland
Uh-huh.
things, you know?
Yeah, yeah, and then there are things that we have in both parks, but you'll make up your mind as to whether you think
Yes,
Disneyland is
at
better
this
or
point.
not. In some cases it is, in some cases it's not.
Yeah.
What's gonna be strange for you, especially, now that you are so used to going to Orlando to the like, with your own family and leading trips and doing all this planning, like, you probably could be blindfolded and find your way to where somebody told you to go, and
Mhm.
this is such a sense of, "I know where I am, but oh my god, where am I?" Because you'll be
Yes.
like, "That's where the Haunted Mansion is supposed to be, not Big Thunder Mountain. What's
Yeah.
happening?"
Yeah, one of my travel agent friends just did, like, a trip by herself just to see it, to Disneyland. She
Mhm.
said the exact same thing. She was like, "I kept being all turned around, like,
Yeah.
wait, what? Like, it's familiar, but it's not. Like, why is
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh over here by Tiana's or whatever?" Like,
Yeah. Yeah, and they pack a lot of stuff in, so even if
mhm,
you like, getting from one side to the other, it's very easy to get from one side to the other very quickly, like, you look at the map and they've got it arranged in a way, but, that they're cramming a lot into their space, but
mhm.
on the other hand, things like walkways don't take up as much space because they were built at a
Yeah,
time when they didn't need to.
yeah.
So it's a little bit different in that way.
We
It's,
have a
I
single
don't know.
stroller this trip. Usually I get the double because 'cause I'm like, "Well, if I need one for Maggie, I might as well have the double for Evelyn,"
Mhm.
but I
Yeah.
just did a single, so we'll see how that goes.
Uh-huh. Well, you'll see, and if you need a
I'm
second
sure it's
stroller, you can
fine.
always rent one on
For
the
the
spot.
for the VIP, they do include a stroller, like one of the Disney ones, like,
Oh, okay.
uh, plastic big
Right,
and
right,
they're
right.
gonna give us a double for that, but I rented from, like, a third party, like a real actual single
Okay,
stroller for the rest of the trip.
okay. Well, at least you'll have that option on your
Yeah,
VIP day, and, you don't have to use it. I'm sure it's one of those things
yeah,
where, like, midway through the day, if you're like,
just ditch it,
"Yeah."
yeah. The three-year-old will need it. My six-year-old,
Yes.
I mean, she just likes to sit in it sometimes if she gets really hot and tired, especially if it's, like, a big doing a lot of walking and back and
Right.
forth, but we'll see.
Yeah. Do you know, what your weather's gonna be like yet?
I've been looking at it periodically. I haven't checked recently, but man, it
Mhm.
looks nice. It looks nice compared to how hot it is in St. Louis and Florida. So, I think it's gonna be great. Everything I looked at recently has been like 85 and sunny. It's like,
Mhm.
can't beat that.
Oh, yeah. That's perfect. All right. Well, Amy, we will talk when you get back, and I hope you have a magical trip and everything will go smoothly. Crossing my fingers for it.
Awesome. No matter what, it's going to be a great trip.
Thank you to Amy for joining me today and for continuing to send her clients my way. Amy's post trip episode is out now, and it's not one you will want to miss. As a little bit of a teaser, her VIP experience was not at all that VIP. So you will want to hear all about it, especially if you have been considering one yourself. All right, that is all for now. Have a magical week. And as always, keep daydreaming about where you long to be.